Hi, good morning and welcome to my YouTube studio here in Sorrento, Florida. I'm Dr. Carmen McGuinness, and today we're going to talk a little bit about the functions of fear. So before we begin, I need to just issue an initial apology in case anything goes wrong. I did in fact fall. I fell helping my daughter into the pool on Thursday, and I have a broken wrist, as you can see, in a splint. I'm having surgery on probably Wednesday this coming week, possibly Thursday. And after the surgery, I'm told I'll be in a much smaller, just a wrist cast, so I'll have more mobility. So if anything happens during this recording, I'm going to ask a friend here who's sitting beside me to pitch in and lend me a hand. Hopefully nothing will go wrong. And I also need to apologize in advance in case I am not broadcasting next Sunday. I just don't know. If something happens and surgery makes me feel just awful, which I'm told it shouldn't, I probably wouldn't be able to broadcast. I would put up something inspiring, though, maybe a message or something. So I appreciate any kind thoughts you can send me, and I appreciate your patience as I move through this little minimal challenge. So here we go. We're going to talk about the functions of fear. So fear can be a tremendously debilitating emotion. It can leave us paralyzed, actually, cause us to flee either physically or emotionally, or we might actually lash out when fear strikes with words or even fists. However, fear is a very important emotion. The main function of fear is to act as a signal of danger, threat, or what we call motivational conflict. I'll discuss each of these in just a moment. Once the function is identified, the appropriate adaptive response is triggered, and we'll talk a little bit more about triggers too. So psychologists define fear as a motivational state aroused by specific stimuli that give rise to defensive behavior, escape, or immobilization, commonly known as fight, flight, or freeze. So danger, threat, or motivational conflict. Let's put these into common parlance. Danger might be, say, a car barreling toward you in your lane, coming head-on right at you. Definitely dangerous. Or it might be that guy at work who's been giving you a lot of attention. The point is your body will react differently in each case. In the car scenario, the danger is obvious. Probably not an intentional attack, i.e. a threat. And there's no motivational conflict on your part. You're not going to approach with caution, for instance. You're not going to give the car a chance to prove itself. You're just going to get the heck out of the way. Your muscles will tighten. Your pituitary gland will release adrenaline so that you have the super strength and reflexes to act very quickly. And your amygdala will record every sight, sound, and smell, even sensations, so that you never ever get into this situation again, so that you see it coming next time. If the car avoids you, or you it, you'll calm down in about 5 minutes because the half-life of adrenaline is only 2 to 3 minutes. However, if things go horribly wrong, say you sideswipe and his car rolls, your body will release cortisol so that you stay up and ready to do whatever's needed. Cortisol is necessary because you're simply out of adrenaline, which takes a while to brew. It's created in your brain. So that's the barreling car scenario. The guy in the office scenario is just a little different. He might cause the muscle tension, but unless he's aggressive, there's probably won't be adrenaline. And the cortisol might only start to drip later when you're contemplating how he makes you feel a little uneasy. And that's a good thing because it alerts your body to possible danger. Now, all of that behind you, it's the cortex, or the higher, more evolved thinking part of your brain, that sorts out what the danger might be and if it's real or imagined. It's the thinking brain that gives context, a storyline to what's happening. That's where you get to add your 2 cents, your experience, your willingness to be vulnerable, to trust, your preferences, your tolerance to danger, and something else, wisdom, a sort of inner knowing. What does your fear mean with the guy in the office? In relationships, fear can act as a warning of danger. You recognize the signs. You've known someone like this before. It didn't end well. In this case, the function of your fear is to stop you, to keep you from repeating history. However, another function of fear is to protect you from pain. Are you avoiding the old pain from your past lover behind a wall of fear of a potential new lover? And yet a third function of fear is to mask other emotions. Are you attracted to the guy in the office? Is this emotion hiding under fear of attraction, fear of interest? Say you approach with caution. Say you date him. Say you actually maybe go for coffee or something safe like that, but still feel fear. And then maybe you see him again and continued even heightened fear. Well, certainly this might mean he's just a problem, or it might be that you're hiding deeper emotions. Are you starting to fall in love with the guy in the office and hiding it from yourself behind that wall of fear? How do you sort this out? How do you stop yourself from getting yourself into a dangerous situation or missing the opportunity to deal with leftover emotions from your old lover, or fool yourself into believing that you're not falling in love and miss the opportunity of a lifetime? This is where wisdom comes in, inner knowing. This is where we engage the cortex. But beware the narrative. Beware that your story isn't a lie that you've told yourself. An exercise you can try is to notice where you feel the pain in your body. Gut fear is usually gut reaction and may well be accurate. It may mean you should just call it quits right there. Chest and throat fear is often fear of your own emotions, fear of the things you feel in your heart, the things you really want to say with your throat. Headaches and sensations behind the eyes is temporal fear. It may be caused by the energy required to keep alive your false narrative. It's often the case that knowledge is power, and in this case, knowledge is power. Being aware that there are multiple functions to fear, what your triggers are. Is it that good-looking guy who's paying attention to you, for instance? These are what keep us safe. And exploring them, exploring what's underneath them, can lead to your happy ending, your happy and safe ending. So this is a rather short presentation today. I hope you find it helpful. I expect lots of questions in the comment section, and I will be answering with my left hand. And if you missed the beginning, because I have a broken wrist and awaiting surgery next week, can't wait. In the meantime, please don't hesitate to shout out any questions that you might have, any comments about this presentation. And as always, I wish you love and peace during the week, and be safe. No slipping.